back for some more NFL football. We have already finished.
Week 1 is already completed.
Week 1 is done. That's exciting, but it's sad at the same time because football. But hey, we got football all the way to
storylines.
We got football through till February, so let's go ahead and jump in. What we're going to do, we're going to recap week 1.
And then look ahead to week 2.
And then look ahead to week 2. So we'll go ahead and jump right in. The first game of the season was
Cowboys and the Buccaneers.
Cowboys, Buccaneers, and it went just like we called it. We called the Bucs to win, but that 8.5 point line was way too big.
But Dallas decided to show a bit of heart in this game.
Yeah, Dak came back and looked a little bit better than what I thought he would. They put yards all over Tampa Bay's defense, so
the secondary might be an issue for Tampa.
Could be, yeah.
Especially with one of their starting corners going out with an injury.
Oh yeah, he went out in that game too, didn't he? So
broke his elbow.
Yeah, so he's going to be out for a while. But anyways, it went just like we thought. Honestly, both teams have a little promise. Both teams look good. Of course, Tampa Bay looked good, but Dallas looked a little better than what I thought they would too. So
plus, Dan Quinn already looks like a step up from hot sauce.
There's a whole lot better of a defensive coordinator this year. He's not up there shaking hot sauce in his eye like last year. And Dan Quinn does have a good defensive mind. So again, the Cowboys look pretty good. Let's go ahead and jump on into our Sunday games. There were some odd games, and
bizarre.
The first two we're going to talk about was a little odd. The Steelers at the Bills. I really thought the Bills would come out and try to prove something. You know, this is their Super Bowl year, and
the Steelers proved something. All right,
they got a pretty good defense.
They got T.J. Watt, who just got some of this.
He got a lot of that. What he got,
and he definitely paid off some of those big bucks with 2 sacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Pittsburgh defense is really good.
Well, how many times have we said that in the past 10 years?
The past 30 years. Steelers have almost always had it. Now, the Steelers' offense was a little, they were down 10-0 at halftime. They had 0 points at halftime.
Yeah,
but
the defense picked them up.
The defense picked them up, yeah.
I feel like that's going to be a trend for the Steelers this season.
Mm-hmm. And again, Buffalo's going to have to do something. They can't let their offense be shut down. You're not going to win a Super Bowl. It's when the strongest part of your team,
flounders,
the passing side, gets 6 points in the second half of a game. So
you gotta do better than 6 points in a half after you score 10 in the first.
Yeah, 16 points is not going to beat most Super Bowl contending teams.
No.
So, we had the Cardinals at the Titans. Probably the second biggest letdown. 38-13. Do you think they missed their defensive coordinator?
They missed their offensive coordinator. I bet you do. They missed their offensive coordinator.
They miss
Arthur Smith. I think we need to give him a little more credit for where it's due, because he put that Titans offense in the best position to succeed.
13 points in the entire game, and you gave up 38. You lost by 25. That's a college score. You got beat by 25 points.
Although this is the Arizona Cardinals, which it's more a boomer bust.
This is honestly, this is Kyler Murray's year. He either proves he's the starter or he ain't gonna be the starter. So he might have
more in danger of the head coach, honestly, for me.
I don't know. It could be both. They could go, okay, let's just
start all over
again, because they have picked up every player that you could almost possibly pick up
to go for a playoff push.
To go for a playoff push. So I think this is boomer bust for them.
But the Cardinals did perform very well.
And the Titans did not.
The offensive line for the Titans, which usually is a strength, was underwhelming at best.
It was.
And they gave up 5 sacks to one player. Chandler Jones, 5 sacks to one dude.
How many sacks did they give up?
Like total. 6 or 7.
It's like 7, I think, and 5 of them to one.
For one dude.
There's a lot of players don't get 5 in a season. And they gave up 5 to
a
one
linebacker.
Guy. Oh, man. Yeah, the Titans are going to have to do something. The Bills are going to have to do something. The Titans are going to have to do something. Again, that was 2 of probably the top 5 teams in the league with an L. So, let's look at the Jets and your Panthers.
Well, my Panthers start off with a dub.
They didn't look too bad.
Shout out to Al and your Jets out there.
I think the Jets are on the right track. I think they've got a good quarterback. I think they finally got a good coach.
It was not Adam Gase.
Trust
me, Adam Gase is in the past. He's no longer going to be involved with
Adam Head Gase has nothing to do with the team anymore. So
That's so
I
awesome.
think the Panthers have a future, the Jets have a future, but the Panthers did what they needed to do to win. Christian McCaffrey was Christian McCaffrey.
And Sam Darnold made the plays he needed to make late.
That's all you need. You need a quarterback that is efficient, doesn't lose the game, and a good running back and a good defense. So I think I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I think that
they're going to improve on their 5-11 season last year.
They are definitely on the right track. Yeah, we got probably the game of the week was Browns and Chiefs. Man, what a game!
What a competitive... It's a game between two potential playoff teams that are potentially going to the playoffs.
Yeah, the Browns were up 29-20 at Kansas City in the fourth quarter. They just couldn't close it out.
Because Kansas City's
Kansas City. Kansas City's still Kansas City.
Their skill talent is ridiculous.
I almost thought Kansas City was going to lose there for a little bit. And then we would have had the Bills losing, the Titans losing, Kansas City. I was like, man. But Kansas City, being Kansas City... Just like
Patrick Mahomes.
Just like the Bucs did, just like Brady did, the winners find a way to win. And that's the best ones always find a way to win.
And one problem, though, the Browns secondary did give up a lot of yards to that receiving core, but this is Kansas City. So I'm going to cut them a little bit of slack.
A lot of people give up yards to the passing game of the Kansas City Chiefs. So, yeah. This is my shocker of the week.
And this could also be my stinker.
Let's just go ahead and call this the stinker of the week. This is our stinker of the week, people. In the offseason,
Packers.
Green Bay, with the drama over Aaron Rodgers. You know,
it was well choreographed. It was well televised. Ever since the draft, it's been coming up endlessly.
Oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go?
Is he going to go to Denver?
What's going to go? And then he's going to go ahead and stay. This is maybe his last year with the Packers. The last dance. This is our last run Super Bowl as the Packers, and they come out and put up 3 points in 4 quarters.
Okay, now that performance was just abysmal. Like, the Saints beat the Packers 38-3, and it never really was that close.
No, and this wasn't against Kansas City.
This was against Jameis Winston.
This wasn't against Patrick Mahomes. This is against Jameis Winston. The MLW, Jameis Winston here. He threw for 5 touchdowns.
What is this bizarre world?
How many touchdowns did Aaron Rodgers throw for? 0. Jameis Winston outplayed him 5 times to 0. Jameis Winston outplayed Aaron Rodgers and beat him 38-3. You lose by 35 points to a quarterback who's just starting his first year with his team. This is his first year starting
with the Saints. The turnover bakery champion.
He was known for was throwing 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He always was even 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
But he doesn't commit a single turnover here.
No.
And that's amazing to me against Green Bay, a team that's experienced, has talent all across the board.
But that was embarrassing. For Aaron Rodgers to do that after all that drama was the biggest letdown I've had in a long time. I felt embarrassed. I was embarrassed to watch it.
You shouldn't even come out of the locker room.
No, I wouldn't go back out. You might want to untie that knot. It may be a little tight in the back of his head. Squeeze it where he can't see the ball. The receiver's good or something. That was horrible.
Man, Aaron, him and the Packers have got to figure things out after this, because all that drama is starting to leak out and it's starting to show on the field.
Now, what I did learn, what I say a little bit, was there was 5 of the top quarterbacks did not take 1 snap in the preseason.
Aaron Rodgers was one of them.
4 of those 5 did not look good. The only one that looked pretty good was Dak.
That's because he had to recover from an ankle injury.
That's because he had something to prove coming up from getting injured, not playing most of the season last year, and then getting that contract. So he had a little something to prove. He probably worked a little bit harder over the offseason. Before those 5 did not. So let's say preseason don't mean nothing.
It means cohesion.
It means 38-3. That's what it means. It means getting outplayed by Jameis Winston 5 times to 0 is what it means.
The turnover bakery master is the champion this week.
If you don't have timing and energy with each other, and your team, the camaraderie that you build, and then
it completely goes to black.
Mm-hmm. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think Green Bay's dead. And they're going to end up 0-17. But it may take them a few games to
get that mojo back.
To get that mojo going, because they didn't get any in the preseason, and that may be what happened to the Bills. Maybe you know what I'm saying?
Yep. A lot of things can happen if you don't practice.
Yeah. But let's jump off that. But the Packers are our stinker of the week.
Yeah, they really stunk this week.
That was bad. We had the Bears, Rams. Rams, just like we thought, looked pretty good.
Matthew Stafford had a good debut.
You think so? You think the 60-yard touchdown, or maybe the 75-yard touchdown he threw was pretty good? We've always said he's got a cannon for an arm, dude. He could throw the long ball.
And the Bears are the Bears.
And the Bears are the Bears, yeah.
Let's
start out the rifleman and
let's start Andy Dalton. This is Matt Nagy logic. This is Matt Nagy IQ right here. Mm-hmm. This is thought up in the brain. Yeah. Let's not start our highly touted rookie quarterback.
No, just a Fields, you mean? Oh, yeah, okay.
And then let's start the rifle journeyman Andy Dalton.
But we will bring Justin Fields in to play one play and then sit him back down.
It's some sort of musical chairs experiment.
And then the next series, we'll let him have one play, even though he's just going to hand the ball off. But we want him to get some reps, one each time.
That's Matt.
I don't know,
That's
man.
The Bears' logic. That makes no sense.
Yeah, so it's 34-13 on that one. We had the Eagles at the Falcons.
Jalen Hurts time in Philly.
32-6. I think
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan had more time on his back than he did stand up, didn't he? He was this way more than he was that way.
Yep.
32-6. That was ugly.
Jalen Hurts. Rising to the occasion for the Phillies starting quarterback.
Yep.
And he looked pretty good this week.
Mm-hmm. We did have one overtime game. We had the Vikings at the Bengals, and the Bengals came out with the dub.
Because of Joe Burrow.
There's a little, there's a little bit of that magic right there, wasn't it? Just a little bit, maybe. Again, I think if he can stay healthy, if the Bengals can give him an offensive line to where he don't get killed.
Yes.
Then
that's the biggest problem. I don't think the team's even fixed that yet.
Protection. He can't run forever. He needs protection. But the Bengals did get the W. 49ers line, we had that one picked too. It
got a little dangerous.
It was 41-33. I mean, they were up like 39-3 or something.
They're 41-17, and Shanahan almost pulled Shanahan.
Yeah, they almost lost in the fourth quarter, which he's known to do a time or 12.
I'm just afraid if they get into a lead, they're going to blow a lead one of these days if they keep playing like that.
You think so? You think Shanahan will give up? Maybe. Yeah, but the 49ers did look really, really good. They just sort of pulled off too early and give life to the Lions.
That's the Shanahan plan.
Yeah, we had the Seahawks, Colts. The Seahawks. Let me give you a hint. Russell Wilson's good.
Yes.
Yes, Russell Wilson's good. So.
And he throws the deep ball.
He can throw. He can drop an acorn into a teacup at 100 yards. He can just. He can just take it up and down and drop it right in. He is
the basket.
He is so good at the deep ball. But yeah, the Seahawks beat the Colts. We had that one going. Chargers at the Washington Wombos.
The Chargers definitely look charged up for this game.
We had that one. We had that one going too. Again, I think Justin Herbert's one of the good young quarterbacks, and if they could keep a team around him like Cincinnati,
the Chargers are one of our sleeper picks this season to make the playoffs.
They are, yeah. We had the Jaguars at the Texans.
What a disaster!
Man, the Jaguars, the Texans. We picked the Texans, didn't we? I thought we picked the
Jaguars.
Did we pick the Jaguars? Well, I know. Yeah, that's right. Because the Texans had a good chance to be 0-17. Well, now they're going to be 1-16. No, I know. The Texans looked honestly better than what I thought they were. You know why? Bill O'Brien's not there anymore.
Bill O'Brien's not going to not the Texans head coach.
He's not going to choke out the team anymore and get rid of all the good players and
trade them for cheese sandwiches.
Give away all the draft picks for nothing. So. Yeah.
So the Jaguars.
Kudos to the Texans. They did look better than what I thought.
And Lovie Smith's a good defensive coach. I
had forgot that Texas got Lovie Smith as a defensive coach. Lovie Smith is a very good defensive coach.
He's going to help the Texans.
Head coach and defense coach. Yeah. So
I would keep him around.
I would keep him around. Yeah. We had the Dolphins Patriots.
close game that was edged out in the final seconds.
17-16
for the Finns.
That was actually a pretty good game too. Wasn't the offensive explosion, but it was like a chess game. It was a pretty good game to watch. Yeah.
It's appropriate because Belichick loves to play chess.
He loves to play,
especially with his former coaches.
We had the Broncos at the Giants, and the Broncos,
Daniel Jones,
just like we thought, killed them.
Daniel Jones still has a fumbling issue. If you touch him the wrong way, he coughs the football up like he's at a doctor's office.
Yeah. You have to pat him on the back to get him to quit coughing that ball up. But the Broncos again, they look good
with
pretty
Teddy
good.
Bridgewater.
I just don't know how long that's going to last. I don't think. Now I could be wrong, but I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is the future for the Broncos. Now I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I just don't see it happening. And then finally, our Monday night game was another exciting thriller.
In Monday night,
The Ravens got
playing against the Raiders, and
at the Raiders, the first game in the new black hole.
Yep.
The Vegas black hole. That's where you lose
the game
all your money.
started out really slow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we watched the Peyton Manning and Eli Manning broadcast.
Was that not fantastic? Did anybody out there watch it's on ESPN2? I hate ESPN, period. But on ESPN2, the Peyton and Eli did like a sitting on the couch just talking about the game broadcast, and it was actually pretty good. It was funny. Yeah, they bring in Barkley, they bring in people to talk about it. It was good. But the Raiders, we didn't know what they had. They're not going to be too bad. You want to know what they do have?
Apparently, the Raiders have a clutch gene.
I said the Avengers have a Hulk. The Raiders have a Waller.
And Waller is their biggest threat.
And Waller, the tight end there, he's pretty good. So.
And the Ravens, once again, have their hopes of winning killed by no passing game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
the 8 people they lost in preseason due to knee injuries might have something to do with that too. Man, just
the Ravens probably are the 49ers of last year when it comes to injuries.
Yeah, I think they've already been decimated pretty good before the season even started. So I think the Ravens are going to have a tough time this year. I think there's going to be now that quarterback. That running back they brought in. What was his name? Williams. Gosh, I can't remember his name now. Williams. He didn't look too bad. I mean, I think him and Jamar met like 20 minutes before the game started. That's how new he is to the team. But he actually looks pretty good. I mean, we'll give him that. So that's it. That is our recap of week 1.
A bit of a lengthy recap because it was like a lot of stuff.
It was a lot of stuff. We'll just quickly jump through our predictions for week 2. We've got the Giants at Washington playing
One team's got to win. And once again, a Thursday night game that's very questionably chosen.
Is that not just a snore fest?
Yes.
I mean, this is a game of
Daniel Jones.
Which one's going to lose? Not which one's going to win.
Daniel Jones, the fumbling quarterback for the Giants, against Taylor Heineke.
I think that the Giants have more talent. Washington's favored by 3.5. I'm going to pick the Giants.
You're going to pick the Giants?
I'm going to go plus 3.5 just because the Giants have got more talent. They got more talent. Use the talent.
Do you know what prevents them from using the talent?
What?
2 words.
What?
Jason Garrett.
Oh, yeah. They got Mr. Clappy Clappy as their offensive coordinator.
That is brought to life.
That is the kryptonite to the super team. All right, let's jump into our Sunday games. We got the Bengals at the Bears.
I think Cincinnati pulls this game out, unless the Bears play Justin Fields. Then if they play Justin Fields for the whole game, then I might give the nod to Chicago.
I'm still going to take the Bengals. I just think that the Bengals are with a second-year quarterback, and no matter what, they're with either Andy Dalton or a first-year quarterback. So I'll give the nod to the Bengals. We're plus 2.5 on that one. We got the Texans at the Browns.
This should be a Cleveland victory.
I think this is going to be a
even with Lovie
fest,
Smith. I think the Browns' offense is going to be pretty efficient.
It's a really big line, though. Cleveland's favored by 12.5.
I'd probably take it lower.
Do you think the Texans could stay a little closer than that?
Well, if they played like they did against Jacksonville, maybe.
Yeah, but you remember Jacksonville's Jacksonville. Well, Cleveland's secondary, though, did give up some passing yards.
So that's why I might keep it a little low.
Yeah, Texas plus 12.5, maybe, yeah. We got now this is an interesting game. Raiders at the Steelers.
I want to pick Pittsburgh because their defensive line was very ferocious.
Yeah.
Against Buffalo, and if they can wreck Buffalo, I think they could wreck the Raiders.
Yeah. The Raiders don't have near the firepower that Buffalo does, and they shut Buffalo down, so that should be a good one. We got the Steelers -5.5 on that one. We got the Saints at your Panthers.
This one's going to be interesting because it's going to be, is Jameis Winston turning around his career? Or is Sam Darnold the real deal?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's too early to see that, but
I don't think you could take anything from the Packers game because the Packers were not prepared. The Aaron Rodgers was not prepared.
But Carolina should play better against them than Green Bay did.
The Saints defense is not so good that you only score 3 points.
That would be ridiculous.
So, I mean, it was 1,000% on the Packers. Packers coach, Packers team, Packers quarterback. They sucked.
They sucked. The whole game they stunk that whole game.
So I'm not going to say that the Saints are that good, and that their defense is that good. So,
you want to put the trust in the Panthers?
I want to probably take the Panthers. Yeah, we've got +3.5 on that one.
We got the Cowboys.
Although you've got in my humble opinion, you got the top 2 running backs in the game. You got McCaffrey against Kamara. That's worth watching. I would pay money to watch those two just run the ball. Other than that, I think it's I think it's a pretty evenly matched game, really. So, but I'm going to take I'm going to take the Panthers. They're at home and they're catching 3.5. So, we got the Cowboys at the Chargers.
I think the Chargers win because I feel like the Cowboys' weaknesses could be exploited defensively in the secondary, which the Cowboys don't have much talent in the secondary.
I think it's going to be really, really close though because Dallas proved they can score. They scored on one of the best defenses in the game.
Yep, and so I think the Chargers might edge this one out. I've got a feeling.
Yeah, but I think it will end up somewhere like a 35-32 game or a 30-27 game. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a high scoring game. We got the Titans at the Seahawks.
If the Titans played like they did last week, they don't have a chance.
Titans are favored by 5.5. I mean, the Seahawks are favored by 5.5. Do you think the Seahawks will win by 5.5, or do you think it might be closer than that?
It might be a little closer if the Titans play like they did last year, not like
if that was a wake-up call.
If that was a wake-up call.
But I think the Titans might be one of those teams that were not gelled in the offseason. So it might take them a game or two. But I'll go ahead and take +5.5 by the Titans because if nothing else, they can run the ball, slow it down, and then it's hard to get a wide spread.
Plus, their division doesn't look very good.
No. We got the Chiefs at the Ravens. That would be the Chiefs.
Pretty efficiently because Patrick Mahomes is undefeated against Lamar Jackson in the NFL.
Yeah, and Kansas City is only favored by 3.5.
I think it might be a little bit more.
I think it's going to be a 10-point game. I think it's not even close to 3.5. We got the Rams, Colts. Rams.
I don't know if I could trust Carson Wentz.
No. You mean Carson Wentz? He throws so many interceptions. You just take the W off, and he's Wentz. There's no W's because he throws Wentz. He's Carson Wentz. I am taking the Rams. I want to take the Rams on that one. We got the Bills at the Dolphins. I think the Bills probably have a bounce-back game. Dolphins are still young. They're only in their second year with their core offense, so we'll take Buffalo on that one. We got the Patriots at the Jets. Jets, again.
Are young, and they're trying to build.
The biggest difference is you've got a Super Bowl winning coach versus a first-year coach. I think the teams are really balanced other than that. I would take Belichick to come up with something crazy and come out with the win on that one. We got the 49ers, Eagles,
49ers should win this football game.
Like I said, they were up 41 to
17 over Detroit.
17 over Detroit, and then pulled it back and let them back in there. I think this is going to be another butt kicking.
Unless Shanahan pulls a Shanahan, so I want to keep.
Oh yeah,
I keep the Shanahan watch.
I keep forgiving that it's the giveaway coach. Like he's giving.
I want to introduce the Shanahan meter. If a team chokes this year, I'm going to put in a Shanahan meter from 1 to 2 to middle to 3 the highest.
The highest. If you think he's going to choke us away or not?
I don't know. We'll see after this week.
I think the 49ers should. Hurts, though, could be the wild card, but I still think the 49ers should pull it out. We got the Broncos, Broncos, Jaguars. I think it's the Broncos.
It should be Denver's game to win here.
Their defense is just so good. It's going to be hard for that
Spearheaded
first-year
by
offense.
Von Miller.
Von Miller, honestly, is one of the best defensive players that's been around 10, 15 years. So it is going to be hard for that fresh, young Jaguars offense to do much there. We got the Vikings Cardinals. I will take the Cardinals.
The Cardinals, the NFC West is overall having a lot of talent and a lot. I think 4 teams might come out of that.
Yeah, there's so much talent in that division. And again, Kyler Murray is playing for his career, and so is the coach. So
they're going to try to pull out all the tricks.
You're going to see some wild stuff from that team this year, yeah. And we got the Falcons at the Buccaneers.
You couldn't ask for a more overmatched matchup in that week.
I think I'm going to go for the Buccaneers on that one. Probably by
double digits.
20, maybe. Maybe it'll
How
be.
How many touchdowns do you think Tommy Boy's going to throw?
I think it's going to be like 38-10. I think he's going to have 5 touchdowns. Maybe a couple runs. Let's give him 3 passing. It'll be 2 rushing. I think they'll get maybe 3 turnovers from the Falcons, and they'll win 38-10. That's just see what my line is when it happens. And then finally Monday night we got the Lions at the Packers.
That's a classic NFC.
Do we have the two? Is it going to be the toothless Lions or the toothless Aaron Rodgers? Neither one of them had any bite last week.
The toothless Lions and Aaron Rodgers still rocking in his rocking chair, just being angry at the Green Bay-shaped cloud, yelling at him from the distance.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Aaron Rodgers. I hope he pulls something around it. I was looking forward to the exciting, angry old man last dance, Aaron Rodgers. Last week we got the old man on the porch going, "Get off my lawn." We didn't. It was nothing. There was nothing there.
I want the angry old man.
I want the gunslinging, gonna kill you. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers out there. But we'll go for Aaron Rodgers. They're favored by 11 over the Packers. Honestly, I think they'll probably pull that. I would hope they pull that. If they don't, if they score three points again, it's time to riot. I think the Packers need to go ahead and pack his bags and carry him out of town by themselves. I mean, it's a fan-owned franchise, so just move him out. But anyways, that is football for this week. We have talked way too long, but it
had a lot of topics.
There was a lot of info.
A lot of information that took a long time to discuss.
A lot of time, I guess. Anyways, we hope that you had fun. Hope that you had fun with us. Be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button. Give me buttons over there somewhere. Other than that, we'll see you for some more football coming up soon.
See you next week.